Hi guys, Pax at Bonum. So today we are going to talk about a different topic called a navigation bar. So I'm going to teach you how to convert a set of hyperlinks into a functioning navigation bar. And of course, our learning competency is to add a navigation bar to a website. But first, let's talk about the purpose of a navigation bar. What is a navigation bar and why is it needed? So maybe you have noticed for some websites that you visit, there is this horizontal bar or a vertical bar at the left or right side with different kinds of menus. So that is actually the navigation bar. And it is used to go quickly to different parts of a website. So for us, we are going to implement this type of thing in our web pages or in our website. Let's take a look at this example using Schoology. The blue horizontal bar, that is actually the navigation bar. And you will notice that there are links on the left side. Actually, this also is part of the navigation bar. And then on the right side, there are also links. So that is a concrete example of a navigation bar. So how do we go about it? How do we add a navigation bar? Actually, a navigation bar is just a glorified hyperlink. Let's take a look at this code. You will see that there are three anchor tags. Now, these anchor tags are written inside an unordered list. So if we take a look at this code using a browser, you will see something like this. Of course, it's an unordered list. Definitely, it has markers. So three lists and the content are anchor tags. Therefore, three links with clickable texts. Now, if we apply a CSS to these three anchor tags, and actually the whole unordered list will be applied with CSS. Anyway, if we apply CSS to it, it may look something like this. So you see here, the normal or the ordinary hyperlink became a set of links with design. It became a navigation bar. So to convert these hyperlinks, we must manipulate the three different tags used. First is the unordered list, second is the list itself, and the third is the anchor tag. So let me just show you an example of it. Right, this is the code. So this is the output. To remove the bullets of the list, we need to add this CSS. Let me just copy and paste so that it will be faster. And let me explain. Now, this line, list style type none, that is actually the code that removes the markers. So let me just retain this one first. So it removes the marker. How about the other properties? Margin and padding. This one removes the default spaces. Let's see if there will be changes there. So there is a space from from the left side of the browser up until maybe around here. There is an actual padding. So you customizing the margin and padding to 0, it removes it so that later on it will be ready for readjustment. And then overflow hidden, this property, it makes the next elements, it forces the next elements to display on the next line. There will be overlaps when we design CSS locations. So one of the things that is needed is to make sure that elements will not hit one another. One of the things that can prevent that from happening is this property overflow. When we set it to hidden, like I've said, it will force the two elements to be displayed one on top of the other. And then this one is optional background color. In this example, I've set it to pink. So from that one, it will become horizontal and it will have a background color pink. Oh, not yet horizontal, I'm sorry. Later on pa yon. So the background color is pink. It spans from left to right, primarily because we placed it inside the unordered list. So the unordered list covers all of the browser from left to right. Now, to force it to show horizontally, we will add this selector, and sorry, not the selector, but rather the property float. And we will add that to the selector li. What does that mean? Meaning for each one on the list, they will be forced to be placed next to each other. So let me add this and show you the output. They will be forced to be displayed next to each other. There are no spaces, and later on we will add some padding so that there will be a bit of space. Next, we will manipulate the anchor tag. We will do some minor tweakings. The first two, this one, display block, this allows the anchor tag to be customized so that paddings or spaces can be placed. So the first two lines are actually mandatory. Text decoration none, it makes the hyperlink, or it removes the underline of the hyperlink. Let me just put the code here. And then let me remove this one first. Yan. So underline is gone. Display block prepared the anchor tag to be customized later on. So what are the customizations? I made the font red. I made the text alignment center. I've added padding 14 pixels from the left, 16 pixels from the top. I set the font family into Century Gothic. And then I set the thickness of the font to 900 pixels. Let's see. There we go. Font is thicker, 14 pixels, 16 pixels, 14, 14. And then text color that is red. And then some more customizations. What if we want to add a Hoover effect such that when we place our cursor on any of the links, it will change colors. So to do that, we will add selectors li and a with a specific function hover, and we will put a property background color. In this example, I used a hexadecimal value, And the color of this one is a bit of a darker shade of red, if I'm not mistaken. There you go. By the way, I did not place any hyperlink reference. Huh? I set it to blank primarily because we are not talking about the different pages, but we are only covering the navigation bar. So anyway, going back, if we want to put an active effect, you know the active effect. For example, you are currently in the page home, it will have a different color than the rest of the links. So we will add another background color to a specific class type. So let me just add this one and show you. I've added a background color which is 000 black. This is black. And if you will notice, it starts with a period, meaning the selector active is actually a class selector. Now, this class selector, which has a background color that is black, we will use that on the current page that we are using, the hyperlink of the current page. Let's just say, for example, that this page is the index. So we will put that here. Wait, let me just show it here. So we will add a class that is, or it has a value of active on the anchor tag of the current HTML file. So like I've said, it's here, it's home. So I will add a class which has a value of active. Okay, save that and oops. So there. Now it's a different color. What if you are doing the page for the product? So instead of having it here, you place it here on the second one. And if you're going to do it for the third page, it's right about here. So that's how you add navigation bars. Another thing to note is on this example, we only use one page, right? This is just one page. Now, if you are going to create a website, the code for the unordered list for the navigation bar must be present on different files. What am I talking about? Like I've said, this one is the index, right? This is home. So you the navigation bar must exist on a different file. So if this is a different file, let's say this is products. The navigation bar must exist on products, and then you will just change this class and place it on the product. And then on a different page, it will also be like that. You change the class and put it on the third one. Okay? So that's it. I hope you learned something from me today. Thank you. Goodbye.